worry about what people will think or how it's going to hurt somebody's feelings or how mad they're going to be about the truth. I don't care about any of that shit. Don't fucking care about it anymore. Don't give two shits about it anymore. If you're going to kill me, come kill me. If you're going to get mad and want to fight me, come fight me. I don't care. But I'm not doing stuff, going out of my way to make people look bad on purpose. You do that to yourselves, okay? Just remember this here. Rick Mushkat, Brooke Cutrio. Remember that whenever you decide to, to comment and you decide to say something about me, whether it's to me or anybody else, I can only imagine what you say, in not private, but what you say in public to other people about me that I can't see. I can only imagine, right? If you're willing to say this on my channel, lay off the drugs. Brooke, what the fuck do you know, Brooke? What do you know about me that you would know anything about my life that you're going to say that? You just told on yourself. You straight up just told exactly what the deal is. I mean, you can't make this up. Look. Let's see. See, there it is. It was now there's more though. I haven't looked at the rest. We're gonna look at the rest before we end this video here. So let's see, because that's my deal. That's what I'm doing here. I'm exposing gang stalkers. That is exactly why what my YouTube channel is for. That's the whole purpose. And since I don't really care what people think, for one, and two, they've already tried to, to take over my Facebook, and make me look crazy or whatever. Well, okay, fine. My Facebook channel is now devoted to exposing gang stalking, period, okay? So if you're going to comment on anything I post on my channel, well, expect to get my opinion of it. Expect me to say anything and everything that I know about you, okay? Because what you're trying to do here is sick in the head and you need help. Okay, so we have Brooke Cutrio, Brianna Cutrio. Now you're bringing your other family into it too, right? Okay. Wow, these people. Okay. So first she said, lay off the drugs, John. Maybe you wouldn't be so paranoid of what people are doing around you. And then the laugh out loud, whatever emoji. I said, I don't even know you. Do you go around blaming every person you don't know of being on drugs? You do realize you're just making yourself look guilty when you attack someone's character for no reason. Anyone can watch this and clearly tell that I'm not on drugs and that there is clearly a group of people attacking my character with no rhyme or reason. Why did you decide to do it, Brooke? Are you the driver of one of the vehicles that's doing the stalking and harassment? I bet that's what it is, huh? And I said I have this curse of always being right. I call it a curse because it always seems to piss people off. She says, John, you should know the Cutrio last name. There's how many of us in Patton? One, I'm not accusing you of it because I know you're a fucking crackhead. Oh, do you? Okay. I don't even know you, Brooke. I don't even know you. Seriously. And two, yes, you are videoing me and my family in that video, who in their right minds would waste their time following you around. Remember my car. You'll be seeing me a lot more than that one night. I could kindly explain to you what events were taking place that night because it was literally a week ago. But I prefer letting you be paranoid that people are actually wasting their time following you, put down the meth pipe, and take a nap. It's funny. Well, you could calmly explain to me what was going on, but you won't, see? Because there's no story, Brooke. You understand? There is no story. You got caught, and you got caught gang stalking, Is that why that car fucking flipped out and fucking took off and practically ramped, beside the Presbyterian church? Is that why they destroyed their car for no reason? It's like, why did they do that, So she said, Brittany said, Brooke, I may or may not have had to hit the ATM within a minute. Good God, this is great. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know what it is either. Like I said, I'm just pointing stuff out. I think anybody that's sitting there talking, noticing stuff like this is going to ask the same questions I asked. How did that car know to let the red car out? How did that person know to let that other car go? The light was green. They went through the intersection, then they stopped, and they allowed the red car to pull out. Okay? They didn't have their turn signal on. They had been sitting there for, 10 minutes already? So that tells me, it's clear to anybody, that these two people know each other, and they are in communication, talking to each other, probably at that moment right there, right? Because the white SUV had driven around probably like 6 times, had driven just around and around and around in circles, right? And you can watch the video back over and over again and see this. Every time I watch it, I find more, right? So you see this stuff, and then you put the connections together. You could kindly explain your actions on here, because I'm saying, listen, I've rolled out everything else. Nothing makes any sense unless it must be whatever remains, right? If you've rolled all the other possibilities out, then by default, what remains has to be the truth. So there's other possibilities. Yes, I would love to hear them. I would absolutely love to hear the other explanations. Love it. That would be great. Are you going to provide that? No, you're probably not, because it doesn't exist, right? Right? You could just kindly explain right here what you were doing that night, right? I didn't even know who it was, Brooke. You just fucking exposed yourself. This is the sheer stupidity and hypocrisy of these people, and how easy it is to expose them. And you know what I mean? Now I'm going to have more people mad at me because of the truth. What do you know? So, oh my God, read my mind. See, okay, Brittany. So we got Brittany and Brooke, okay. And I know already, it's these certain families in town, right? The same people, it's all the patterns, right? It's certain families are involved. The Cutrios being one of them. And I've never really called them out that much. There's a couple of my videos where I mentioned Craig Cutrio, right? And I've caught him doing this, gang stalking me several times. And I recorded him several times, and I didn't put it up on my YouTube channel, right? Because it's hard to deal with stupid people sometimes, Stupid people are they're just that. They're stupid, right? They believe what they hear. They love gossip. Anything negative about somebody, they're just going to run with it, right? And there's a lot of it, and they're all already on the same side, right? They're already coming into it, with biased. So they're not trying to understand what it is. They just understand if you see these people in the comments, they're not asking questions. They're just saying mean, hurtful things, right? And they're trying to include things to make me look like some kind of monster, right? I didn't see any kids. I didn't see anybody and their families in my video. I'll watch it back, but I'm pretty sure I didn't record anybody's children. It's no different than a dash cam sitting on my fucking dash. Go look at it. There's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of people who have videos of their dash camera while they're talking. Pretty simple. Pretty straightforward. Right? So, yeah, you can try the whole, the gaslighting thing to make people think that I'm crazy, right? And you might get some stupid people. You might get some stupid people that actually believe you for a second until they learn a little bit, gain a little bit of knowledge, and they realize that they were just being played, right? They were being manipulated and lied to for some reason. 9 times out of 10, it seems like the reason, the motive is self-preservation. These people all do this for some reason to protect their own ass, to save their own ass for one reason or another. Their credibility, their reputation, their literally their freedom in some cases. And that's being exploited against these people somehow. Or maybe they like money a lot, and then if they like money a lot, same thing, self-preservation, right? They're probably, have something coming up where it's going to take a lot of their money and they don't know what to do, right? So it's a fear of not having money, right? That's the thing that controls a lot of people, fear of not having money. What would you do if you had never had another dollar to your name tomorrow? What would you do? You'd stress, right? You'd go crazy and you would freak out, right? You should just try doing a whole month without any money at all. Do a month without fucking thinking or talking or doing anything with money. Try that once. Try it. You'll be surprised at what you find. Money is the root of all evil. You get it? Like, money is the root of all evil. Money is literally what's controlling everybody in some shape or form, some way, shape or form. If it's, clicks and views, it's because people want that. They want to make money. They want to get monetized, Donovan, right? I'll never get monetized because everybody attacks my channel. What are you talking about, dude? I've never seen anything that would make me, not subscribe because somebody else said something about you. No. The problem is you. You're never going to get monetized if you think you're never going to get monetized. If you say that nobody will ever like your channel, then nobody will like your channel. You just told them not to like it. No, you get it? So whatever subject you're talking about or you've been trying to do for however long you've been here, from my perspective, all you've tried to do is cause chaos and try to cause fights. You call it humor, comedy. It's not funny though. Comedy's supposed to be funny. Like, Nerve Girl is kind of funny. It's kind of some of his stuff is kind of funny. Even his videos where he makes fun of me, I laugh at them. I think they're funny. They're borderline lies. Like, at what point are you, you're just lying to people? I mean, if that's the case, we could just lie about anybody, make it funny. If we just make up stuff, that's not hard to do at all. Try telling the truth and making it funny. It works a lot better. It does. So if you can't make something funny without lying or tricking somebody, then move on. Try something else. Because it's not going to work. We laugh because it's funny and we laugh because it's true. So, Donovan, you're not funny because you're not being truthful. Nerve Girl says a lot of truthful things. And he makes a lot of sense with a lot of stuff he says. And that's why he can be funny. But anytime he says something or tries to convince the viewer, like something that's not true about me, and I'm trying to look at it from an unbiased, outside perspective, every time I've looked at that, it's just not funny at all. And I can take a joke. That's not the issue. It's just that it's just not even funny. It's like whatever he's trying to do there, it's never going to work. It's not funny. Try something else. At what point are you going to join the light? Are you going to switch over from the dark side to the light, Nerve? TIs have been trying to teach you and trying to show you all this time. You just don't want to listen. You refuse to listen. It's like you don't want to learn. You would rather be stuck and you're fucking being manipulated and being lied to, stuck in your little box with Carl Sagan, than learn something new, right? You're like my 15-year-old. You guys know it all. There's nothing left to learn. You guys know it all. I don't already know it, so it can't be true because I don't already know this, right? Something new things scare you. People fear what they don't understand, plain and simple. So, Brooke, you don't understand anything. I don't know which car was you. I don't know. I didn't see you and record you or your family or whatever, so sorry. If you don't want people to see to see you and your family, then you know what they do in Saudi Arabia? They wear these black things around their entire, and they don't show any skin or anything. Then you can't tell who anybody is. You could try that, But last I checked, we lived in the United States of America, and it's on paper, it's a free country. Still, to this day, on paper. Now they've put systems and different things in place, to kind of strip the freedoms away, and they turned it into a privilege. You don't have the right to be free. You have the privilege of being free. But if you don't follow the rules, people like this, like Bercuccio here, she's going to let you know. She's going to punish you. Right? She told me. She said it right here. She said, I'm going to be seeing a lot of her lately. Let's see. Brooke Couture said, Brittany Couture, from what someone told me, we get paid to stalk him. Wonder where I can pick up our checks. I didn't see that one. Oh, what else did she say? Brittany Couture, oops, I guess someone that doesn't have a job and no bank account wouldn't be able to put 2 and 2 together that someone needed to get money out of the ATM during the first stop. No, I understand that 100%. I absolutely understand that. Should I go look back at the video and see if that's what you were doing, you think? And I'll time myself using the ATM, see how fast we can do it. See, let's humor them, right? Maybe we should humor them and try this out. We'll recreate it, right? And then what if it's found that there's not enough time for both those cars? By the way, the white one and the red one, you're telling me both those cars stopped, got out, and they must have both had passengers too, because both vehicles had the brake lights on. Okay. So that means they both had passengers in them. And from what I could see driving up, there's nobody at the ATM either. So they had to have gotten out of the vehicle after I got past them. That means that they both got out of their vehicles, ran up real quick, used the ATM, both of them, like speed Mac machine, right? The speed ATM right? And they got their money out as fast as possible, ran back to their car and jumped in it and pulled out real quick as fast as possible, both of them, yeah. And then they just both happened to be, the one person had to wait there while the other person drove around the block 6 times, right? Just different directions each time. Well, they kept making left-hand turns. I noticed that. Just keep making a left, keep making a left. They make a left, then they make another left, and then they turn around. Then they come up to the intersection, they make another left. And then they make a left, and they turn around. And they come back and make another left. They just do like this little weird circle pattern. And they did it over and over and over again. You can see it in the video. That's the beauty about the video. You can go back and look at it, So that person, obviously they're both together. The white, whatever it was, the SUV, and the red Impala. Because then that white SUV, like I said, they have to be talking to each other is the only way. Or they're mind readers, and they're communicating telepathically, because that car went through the intersection and then stopped to let the red car out, who didn't have a turn signal on or brake lights or anything. How did they know that person was going to be needing out, And why would they even stop to let them out like that? You understand? So whoever the driver of the white SUV was, I'm guessing they are the boss, the handler, maybe. I don't know. They're gonna get their people in trouble, And then whoever, you had your kids with you when you were gang stalking? Are you serious? Is that you? You're gonna go gang stalk around somebody who's a crackhead and who's dangerous, right? You're gonna go fucking gang stalk them with your kids, because that makes a lot of sense. And then you're gonna go on Facebook and then you're gonna threaten that person, right? To, let's see. Not accusing you of it, because I know you're a fucking crackhead. And 2, yes, I'm videoing me and my family in that video. Yeah, I didn't see you. Sorry, you'd have to point yourself out, because I didn't see you there, Brooke. And just so you know, you're in public. There's a bunch of cameras recording you right there at that same time, Brooke. You gonna go to the library and bitch at them? Because they recorded you too. Or George Shirella, who's in charge of the AMED in Patton. Are you gonna bitch at him because he recorded you too? Are you gonna bitch at the Patton Flower Garden? They probably have a camera there. There's probably cameras that you don't even imagine. The government's watching you. They're videotaping you too. while you went to the store. You and your family, Brooke. Are you going to bitch at them? The street light's probably got a camera in it, videotaping you, right? The only difference is, Brooke, they don't show you that video, right? They sit back and make it their own little private group where they make fun of everybody. That's what I'm saying. Now, I mean, are you in that group or what? Yeah. I was just recording anything I could see with my eyes in public. I didn't see you and point the camera at you and say, look, there's some woman and her kids. Let me record them real quick because I'm a crackhead. Because that's what crackheads do, right? Crackheads go around recording everybody so they can get their crack. I'm just waiting for you to say something that makes any sense at all. Because this doesn't make any sense. I don't know why somebody would get angry at me for just like observing and saying out loud what my opinions are. I didn't say you get paid, Brooke. You did. Or Brittany said it, I guess, right? May or may not have hit the ATM within a minute. Good. This is great, yeah. Is it great? Is it really great? Really, is it? You guys can laugh all you want. It's he who lasts laughs laughs the most or the best. Is that how it goes? So something like that. But I'm not gonna censor them. I'm not gonna even respond to them. I'll let them have their little fun in my channel, because this is what's gonna get this out. This is what's gonna help people to see the truth. I'm not gonna block them out. I'm not gonna just put a barrier up in between me and them because then that's helping the beast, right? That's helping the system. That's helping them to divide and conquer us. If you really think that they're not fucking doing shit, you're naive, and I feel bad for you. So Rick Mushkit says, I told him that he can comment on the video if he would like to have a conversation about it. He says, John Hofer, want to have a conversation about you slandering my name. Too much for you, I guess. What are you talking about, Rick? I never said your name before that. And then he says, John Hofer, guess you can only talk shit sitting on a road for 45 minutes behind a camera. Here we go. Let's dox myself. But I do have to add here, I never slandered his name. I didn't even know Rick Mushkit existed. I do now. Okay. But how did I slander your name? Believe me, I feel like I'm making a big difference, and that's why these people are doing this. They're gonna send everybody. Bring it on. That's all I can say. So, Rick, it's for you, buddy. Here you go. Whoever you are, never fucking have no idea who you are. Too much for you, I guess. See, these people don't have any patience, right? You bring up the mushkit name, so let's go. Yeah? Well, I'm pretty sure that there's more than one person that shares O.J. Simpson's name, right? But are they calling you a murderer? Are they saying you're, if you have if you have Simpson last name because they called O.J. a murderer? Come on, dude. Get real. Like, if really you don't have any other arguments or anything you can use other than I said your last name. Oh no, I said your last name. Oh no, what are you going to do? You're going to tell on yourself. Like, seriously, you can't make this shit up. These people just continue to expose themselves. They continue to say, here I am, look. Look at me over here. I'm the one that's mad about the truth. So, yeah, I mean, you can't make this shit up. So, whatever. But stop over any time, Rick. If you want to have a face-to-face conversation, come over anytime. I'd love to show people my collection of rifles, pistols, my awards that I got from the military. I like to share knowledge, I like to wake people up that are like sheeple, the sheeple that just believe what they're told and everything. Yeah. I mean, I didn't say anything insulting about mushkets. I just said your name. And I said the truth. That's it. If you don't like that, I can't help you. You have to seek a professional, mental health professional. So, But this is like the first time that I've ever gotten like anybody to comment on a video. I have shared probably over 100 of my videos on my Facebook channel, right? But not until this one did I get any comments on my Facebook on these videos. I'll show you here which video it is, right? Let's see, how do I go to my profile? There's a way to go. Here it is, okay. So this is my page. I don't often look at myself here like this. 226 friends. Yeah, I don't think I have 226 friends though, to be honest. I really don't. I need to go delete, clean house here. But this is what I posted 22 hours ago. 22 hours ago, right? But I put, if this isn't evidence of gang stalking, then I don't know what is. And if you haven't watched it yet, I suggest you check it out. I have a lot of footage of situations just like this that I could sit down and even help people to see what I'm talking about. I'll have to do that. I'll have to sit and do little breakdowns and analysis of all my evidence in my videos, so that they can't, because they have all kinds of different methods that they can discredit you with. Plausible deniability. Okay, if there's plausible deniability exists, right, then they'll use it. You can be damn sure they're going to use that shit, right? But that still doesn't matter. If they want to do that, they want to come on here and they want to speculate, right, and they want to put themselves out there and show how mad they are at you, because you're just giving your perspective. You're just sharing what you see with the world, right? That's all I'm doing. This is what I see, okay? And I'm not fucking crazy. Not at all. I have so much undeniable shit that nobody can answer. Nobody can seem to have an answer for any of it, right? You don't ever say anything about that shit. But when I just do a normal video like this, not saying, anything too crazy, and then it gets attacked like that, Brooke, how do you know I'm a crackhead, Brooke? I don't even fucking know you. Are you, Brooke Couturier, let's see, are you the wife of the dude that his car broke down right outside my house the day that Zemros got out of jail? Zemros got out of jail and came right to my house, which he did a couple times now, a couple different times. He got out of jail and came right to my house first thing, which, I haven't said it out loud, but I'm sure a lot of people watching this video are thinking right now, yeah, sure. And they didn't send him there, right? There's nobody that said, okay, go here, do this, right? But your car broke down just right outside my house, and then he knocked on my door, and I didn't have anything I could help you with, right? So you guys, I pushed the car, I helped them push the car into my parking lot, right? And then Zemros he just got out of jail. He had a check for a couple $100. He wanted to know if I could cash it for him, because I had money, but he couldn't get to a bank. So what did I do? I gave him the cash for that check, right? I gave him the cash for that check, $200 some, and then I couldn't get the check cashed. So I had to eat that $200 some. It was about a year later that I brought it up to him, and he gave me $100 back. But when he did so, he made sure that he made the biggest fucking noise campaign and biggest, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, but I know who's involved in this, and there's people that they send to me that they think I don't know. But just because I don't say anything on my YouTube channel, just because I don't tell this people to their face that they're involved, doesn't mean I don't know that you're involved. Come on. Give me a little more credit than that, Like, I get whenever you come up to me and you're like, oh, hey, John, hey, how you doing? And I say, fantastic, Just know that that's because I know you're a perp, okay? If anybody's real, I'm going to be real with them. But when you come up and you want to be fake with me, I'm going to be fake right back. I project, right? Well, no, I reflect, put it that way. I reflect what you are projecting. You know what I mean? What is it? What's the saying go? I'm rubber, you're glue. What the bad things you say bounce off me and stick to you, right? Or something like that. Something silly like that, whatever it is. I mean, if somebody showed me this shit whenever, before, this was being done to me, I wouldn't call them crazy. I wouldn't call them a drug addict. Actually, I would hesitate before I used anything that would put that person down, because I would be wondering, what is the answer here? What is causing him to think this? Or if it's true, why are these people doing this? And, why are they all afraid to answer questions? Nobody will answer any questions. It's just a game. It's an illusion game, Look over here. Don't look over there. Just look over here while I rob your ass over there. Just today, right? It's Christmas Eve. I decided not to go to my family's because I went to go jump in the shower, and I have all my my clean socks in this one. I threw them in a sleeping bag. I had a camouflage sleeping bag, and I had all my clean socks. I didn't put them together yet, I had them mismatched, and they were all in this one not a sleeping bag, but a pillowcase, right? Just that way they weren't, mixed around with my other laundry that was already folded. And I went to grab a clean pair of socks, and that whole pillowcase is just gone, right? And there's nowhere that I could have misplaced it. Let's just say I have a very limited number of places that I could have put it, okay? And it doesn't take very long to realize it's just gone. It is just gone, right? And I don't know why I did it, but I recorded this the other day. I was on Dr. DeFacto's stream, right? And Conspiracy Underground, I don't mean to be just like I'm not stealing your ideas or anything like that. But it is piggybacking off of something you mentioned. You mentioned how he mirrors you and he stole your profile picture, and you thought, that he was a perp, even though he's saying a lot of good things, right? That you thought he was involved or something. You mentioned that. And I don't think that I would have ever put two and two together had you not mentioned that, right? I never really watched Dr. DeFacto that much. Okay, but I did recently started watching him a little bit, and he says a lot of good things. And I also participated in the chat, and they've taken things from this house, and it's found its way back months later. Like, my mom had an iPad that went missing for months. We checked, double checked, triple checked several different times. It wasn't there. And then just one day it just appeared back right where it was supposed to be to begin with, right? No rhyme or reason. Nobody knows anything how it happened, but it happened. So I alluded to, in his chat, I said about, they like to take things and then return it months later, right? They also did it with my dad's house. I put a lock on his door for him. I went and brought a brand new privacy lock for his door because he was worried about whenever my brother was there, whenever they were torturing him, when they were terrorizing him. And he shares the same last name as my dad. He would always open his mail and say, well, it's got my name on it. It's got my name on it, right? So my dad now uses the senior on his name. Anywhere his name's used, he uses the senior. He doesn't just use just the name anymore because of my brother doing this, right? So my brother, they thought the house was going to be his. He always thought, oh, that's his house. His name's on the deed. It's his house. His name's on the deed, right? So my dad, whenever he started going through this, I talked to him, and he took his deed, and we looked at it. He dug it out, and we looked at it. First time in my life I had ever seen his deed, right? I read it, and then before he could copy it or anything like that, right? He put the deed in the drawer to the stand beside his chair, distinctly right beside his chair, right in this one particular place. I remember it. Like, I have a fucking memory like a steel trap. But he said, "You just remember where I put that, And I said, yep, I'll remember. I won't let you forget. It's right there in that drawer, Specifically, we said this, right? So the fact that happened, and whenever he came home after going to the store one time, and that knob that I bought him, it's like a handle, right? Instead of a knob, it's a handle. Well, that handle was pushed, like somebody just took it and pushed it straight down, and he couldn't even get in his room. The handle was totally busted, broke, right? He was literally had to break the handle to get into his room. So somebody, right? Not Ed, though. Not Ed. No, of course not. Somebody took that knob, that handle, and broke it, right? And then we couldn't get in. So who knows, right, what happened? Or if they got in or whatever. We don't know, It's hard to tell, right? Unless he had a camera. So I went up and helped him to get into his room, right? I brought my tools up, and we got the handle, just busted the damn thing off so he didn't break the door. And he got into his room, and he went right away, went looking for the deed, and it was gone. The deed was gone, right? Now, if I wasn't in the picture, right? If I wasn't there to say it online or do anything like that, if I wasn't able to assist, who knows what would have happened. But that deed was not there. I witnessed it. My dad witnessed it. That deed was not where he put it. I swear on my kids. I swear it was not there. I looked and I said, Dad, I specifically remember you put it right there. I said, you told me to remind you, make sure that I reminded you where you put it. You put it right there. I said, because that was the closest place to you so that nobody could take it while you're sleeping. And it's the first place that you can get to. It's like that way, there's no question about it, that there's no other place that you could possibly put it. It's right there. And it wasn't there. And he was questioning himself. He was like, are you sure? I think maybe I put it somewhere else. And he was really actually saying this. He actually thought that he must have put it somewhere else. Right? But he said that a couple times. I said, and he looked and it wasn't anywhere. I said, no, Dad. I said, they're trying to take your house. I said, I think he took that fucking deed because he would always say, oh, it's got my name on it, right? And on a legal standpoint, it has his name. Is there anything they could do with that deed, and to get it transferred into his name, being the son, father-son thing? I don't know what the plan was or what he was trying to do, but it was right after my dad paid his own taxes for the house. And Kimmy said, see, I told you he was up to something, right? Because it was going to go for sheriff's sale. So after he did that, paid it off himself, and got his, got it in the clear, got it out of the red, got it off that list, that sheriff's sale list. That's when he was very concerned about everything that my brother was doing. So he put a lock on his door so he couldn't get into his stuff in his room, He had other stuff go missing too, but I don't even want to talk about it right now. He had a certain ring, as a matter of fact, went missing. And for a long time, he said that, thought that my brother must have took it. And then it just appeared one day. He found it one day, and he says, oh, no, I found that. I don't think that he did. I think they took it and put it back, because that's what they did with the deed. After I talked about that deed and said about him, trying to take your house, that's when the deed just magically just showed back up, right exactly where I said it was. Right? So this is important because what we learned from this is they try to get away with whatever they can, right? So they take things and they do certain things to see what your reaction is going to be, if you notice what you know, what you don't know, right? It's pretty much like a method to probe you to see what all defenses you have, what all security protocols you have. They're testing your security protocols, right? And then whenever they found out that, okay, he doesn't have any cameras or he doesn't have this, you know what I mean? Because then it would force you to reveal those tactics and methods, right? Then they put it back, right? But that's what they're doing, I think. And in my case, my personal case, Jimmy Grabowski did this one time because I don't put any more videos out with my security cameras, because I realized that they're gonna try to use those to get my neighbors mad at me, make shit like that. So I don't put videos with my security cameras up anymore. Jimmy Grabowski said in the comments one time, he said, I'm just glad you don't still have those security cameras. I laughed because it's funny, because that told me, though, that they don't know. They really don't know what you have and what you don't have, okay? They don't. It's little things like this that they have to try to get the information. And I laughed. I told him, I said, that's funny. I said, you just said that so you could see if I would say something or not. I was like, nice try. I was like, no. I said, whenever I moved the one, because it was right there where somebody could grab it, they could see it. I said, and after I relocated it, I definitely didn't post any video showing you where to look for the damn thing. So you don't know where they're at now. You have no idea where they're at, right? And I thought that was funny.